Hi and welcome to my deck profile. I'm now back to Germany finally, still a bit jet lagged. I'll show you my top 32 deck profile for the Danger Dark Warrior deck, as Konami calls it, which I played at YCS Pasadena. I like to call this deck Rongo Bongo Turbo because I played number 86. First I want to do a couple of shout outs. First to my cousin Mary Beth and her husband Jody for letting us stay at their house for the week before the YCS and over the YCS weekend. I want to shout out Murillo Digital Systems, the local store in Hawthorne, because on Saturday I forgot my playmat at their home and I went to their stand at the YCS and they gave me a playmat to play for Saturday. And zones are really relevant for this deck, so it really helped me out. I probably would have misplayed without the mat. And I want to thank Hash Lawton, Adrian Dursun and Jonas Koschel, because those three kind of discussed with me if this deck is viable and played the deck before and helped me figure out some cards, I guess. Or just gave me advice, I guess. I want to shout out Lucas and Leo who traveled with me, and I want to shout out the people who lent me cards, which is Toby, Carsten, René, and Pascal. I think that's everyone. Okay, now we'll go to the list. I played, since it's a warrior deck, I played starter cards, which is 3 Armageddon, 3 Grapha. That's a Grapha, that's an Armageddon. 3 Vian, Rota, and Foolish. All these cards send malicious to the graveyard, which I also played 3 of. And this basically starts your combo. You just want to go into Isolde. If you don't draw any of these, or just summon 2 warriors, go into Isolde and dump malicious with the first Armageddon Knight you summon from the deck. If you do that, you kind of need to draw this Trudeau or Phantom Knight, but usually if you don't draw any of these starter cards, you will draw any of the other combo pieces. Then I played the Phantom Knight engine because this is very important for the deck. All of these cards are combo pieces. In the combo, you only need each of these cards once, but Boots is just good, especially summons from hand. You want to draw it, because then you don't have to send Cloak. If you draw Cloak and start with Armageddon Knight, you can just summon a Dolphin from your deck and dump Cloak instead of summoning Armageddon Knight. You need Gloves. You summon this of Summon Sorceress because it sends a Fogblade to the grave and special spec at level 3 for Bamboos and Gossip Shadow. This is your level 4 for Rongo. And like I said, this summons Phantom Knight from the grave. I've played 2 because if you get hand trapped, you can just make the Phantom Knight link, set one of these, send the Boots, and Boots searches another one. And 2 Fogblades, I had that opening quite a few times, and it's not that bad actually. I think I won almost every game I had 2 Fogblades, it's enough. Then I played the Danger Engine. Level 3 monsters extend, so I played 3 of the level 3 dangers and 3 Nessies. Nessie I sided out every time. This card isn't that good, it kind of loses to draw, and you don't lose to draw with any other card in your deck, you just search once in the combo. But I wanted to play just 60 cards to not draw Mermare or Crips, and Nessie helps you just get any monster on board which is dark, draw a card, and if you discard Nessie, which is usually better than summoning it, you can summon at one of these. Usually Jackalope, and then Jackalope summons itself or Tsushinoko. I also got really lucky with Nessie a few times and won because summoned Nessie, I drew Malicious, and then I just tribute summoned Malicious because I had like a junk forward or instant fusion, and that is combo. It was super funny. Or just drawing a Armageddon Knight off of it, so Danger is good for that deck thinning. And then I played the good extenders. With some sorceries, you only need Armageddon Knight for the combo, so I played additionally Instant Fusion, because Radiant is a good card going second, and sometimes you just want to summon another monster. If I had this with Armageddon Knight, I never used it, unless I was hand-trapped. And 3 Junk Forward. Since Junk Forward is level 3, it helps you extend the combo and add a 6 material to Rongo if you summon it. Really good. Then I play 1 more card as a warrior, which is Aqua Dolphin, just so you can win close to Time Lord if you only have your main phase, or to steal a hand trap if you open combo pieces. Then I played Mermare and 3 Destrudos. This deck, after the combo, you set up Rongo with Destrudos material, and you always have a cloak in your graveyard. So in the turn second, to actually win, after you floodgated them with Rongo, you have detached this in the end phase. You can search the cloak, summon this, targeting cloak, make Yazi, pop the monster, or back row if they said anything, and then this summons itself. This is summoned by Yazi, this makes tokens, which is Bow Sword. So this is your win condition. This is also the win condition going second. I played Eclipse. This is really good. I won a few games where I went second, at least one game where I went second against Goki, only drew one warrior and summoned the junk forward with this. After they didn't have the full combo, obviously. So all of these summon monsters, which is good. Like, I think this won me a few games when I drew out at least one, because I needed a monster after I was hand trapped. And I won one game because I drew DDR, because against Dark Magician they circle banished my Isolde on summon, and then I could summon back my Isolde with this and use the effect. Phoenix Blade is a combo piece, so you need to play it. You use it only once in the combo, but generally if you're going second you can use this for Nightmare discards. Played Free Succession. This is really good if you get the Impermanence or Ash on Isolde, because you can just summon back the Armageddonite and then it's as if they didn't hand trap you. I used this once going second after I've been Gunblood, but not extra linked, so I could summon this to an arrow, summon the monster I discarded. And I also activated this once on some sorceress after I'd hand trapped my opponent. Generally just a good extender. Maybe you can play 2 because drawing 2 is bad, but I often just discarded the second one for Dolphin or Twin Twister. Then Exodia and Exodia, these are just too good. And to round out my deck, the last cards to get to 60 are cards which let me play 3 hand traps, which is 2 Midbreaker Fields. It's not that good because it also means during your second turn you can't pop the monsters with Rongo or with Yazi, but generally you can get enough damage on board that you can attack the 1 defense position once with the Phantom Knight Link, and then Rongo and double Boris for this game. So it doesn't really hinder you that much, but sometimes if you go second, don't have combo, have to activate this to play 3 hand traps, and then you can pop the monsters. It's a bit annoying. For that reason I also main decked Firewall, because you can just bounce in the battle phase, so this doesn't hinder you. Then 2 Cold and 3 Twin Twisters. This was really good. I once comboed because I activated the Midbreaker Field and then discarded Malicious with Twin Twisters to destroy my Midbreaker Field. So this deck has a lot of weird interactions. That's the main deck. Next, the extra deck. Combo pieces are these. Isolde, some Sorceress, Space Insulator, the Phantom Knight Link. This sets up 86. Then you need to play 1 Leviair because you banish an Armageddonite with the Sword and summon it back with Leviair. This only works if you have some Sorceress, which summons the level 3. Gossip Shadow, and obviously Rongo. This is really good for its second effect as well. If you brick or get hand trapped, you can summon it to negate the monster effect, and this also lets you negate an Ogre or Vela on itself and place on a Rongo. If you summon this with 3 materials, you still have the Floodgate effect of Rongo. For the going second combo, I played Yazi, Link Kuribo, Ball Spot. You also need to play Link 2, which is either Space Insulator or Phoenix. And then to clear boards, I played Break Sword. This came up once against Sky Strikers, where I played the Phantom Knight Link, which says when a Dark Xyz is summoned, you can pop a card. So I summoned Break Sword, popped a card with the Phantom Knight Xyz, and then I could pop a card with Break Sword, but my opponent chained all his cards with the Phantom Knight Link, so this pop didn't come up. But if there were other choices, it would be really good. And also, sometimes when you have weird hands, you give your and can't make, like if the Cherry Gossip Shadow, which didn't come up, but someone said to me you would do that if you drew cherries, you can just make this, and it can pop itself and summon 2 Phantom Knights from your graveyard, which are level 4 Dark Warriors, so you can make a Rongo with 4 materials without using like any level 3s. It's kind of weird, but it's possible. You just give them a monster with some sorcerers to pop. Then I played Unicorn and Firewall to clear fields. Just Armageddon Knight is Firewall with Linkuriboh and Phoenix co-linked, and you still have Mare, so if you have any other monster which extends, you can make at least triple coding Firewall, which is 3 bounces. This outs Thunder Dragon boards, or if Goki didn't combo you and just does Cerberus Phoenix Firewall Linkuriboh or Cerberus Phoenix Gumdar Linkuriboh, which have happened a couple times, then this outs the board. And then Raging for instant fusion. Since this deck basically wins going first, you don't need any side deck cards for going first. So I played a lot of hand traps, 3 Reaper, 3 Lancia, 3 Droll. These are all good against the FDKs. And like these are also good against the Dark Warrior decks. I didn't expect to play any mirror matches, but I played 2, which was fine. I won 1 mirror match where I went second, and then I lost in top 32 in the mirror match where I also went second. This was sometimes sided again against Sky Strikers or against Tricksters, which I played. Then also against like weak monster decks with back rows, Altergeist, Sky Striker, Tricksters, I played 3 Pankotrops. You can also side this in against weird rogue decks, just when you go second, summon this. Battle a monster, pop back row, really good card. The last card were 3 reboots. These are against trap decks like Altergeist and Paleo, but the funny thing which Hassan told me is you can side this against the Rongo deck, and when they activate the Phantom Knight of Shade Brigadine, you can just activate this. You get the Brigadine, they will get a Fogblade with Reboot, and they can search another Fogblade with Boots, which is also a strong field, but it's not an instant lose if you reboot them. If you don't have anything in your side deck, which was the case for him, you can just side these, which is better than nothing. Okay, that was the deck. Did most of my shoutouts. I want to shout out my sponsors Lottery Cards and Card Market, my team Trend. If you get us a lot of likes, I'll do a combo video. You probably know the combo already though. Thank you for watching.